All right, ladies, gentlemen, gamers, welcome back. Welcome back to another patch notes video where we're going to be going over the 12.3 patch notes. I hope everyone's day is going good. I hope everyone's day is going a lot better than mine because my house still does not have heat, so I'm freezing my fucking nuts off. I'm already freezing my nuts off at work, and now I'm freezing my nuts off at home. You could tell I'm really happy. Anyway, let's get into the patch notes, and let's hopefully do this kind of quickly so I can react to the new support and hopefully get those free YouTube views after this. Renata Glaska. But anyway, let's see this patch. Season 2022 is in bloom. We've carefully plucked a delicate bouquet for you this patch, including several champion nerfs, like they always do, a significant update to the fighter item system, still no touching ADs. This is also our first patch reacting to pro play on the preseason meta, so there's a lot of focus balancing that skill bracket. Ahri's champion refresh is another part of the floral mix. Oh, I forgot that was like coming out. And last but not least, the rest of the Crystal Rose and Withered Rose skins will be released. I actually forgot about those. Anyway, what new skins do we have? We have 3 new skins. We have the Akshan skin, the Janna skin, and the Elise skin, which I'll go over at the end of the patch. Anyway, Ahri. What do I think of Ahri? I actually saw a video recently. I forgot by what his name is, but he's actually been popping up and doing a lot of like deep dive like league videos comparing champions and talking about champions historically and stuff. He's a really good YouTuber. Let me try and get his name real quick. League of Legends Ahri. Let's see if his video comes up. His name is Vars. Vars makes really good YouTube videos. He made a really good video about Ahri that I'll probably reference a couple times here. So basically with Ahri, Ahri used to be really good at everything. Her main thing was like she was safe, she had decent catch out. She didn't do nuke damage, but the main thing was she had like good mobility, decent damage, and decent catch out. I honestly don't know why she's not that good. I feel like it's just because her damage is like non-existent now. Like it's still there, but you don't do enough as Ahri to really warrant going her. Like the Q is AoE, yeah, but you're really not going to get too many people with that, and she just doesn't output enough damage. She's safe. I feel like she's a decently safe mid laner, but I feel like there's just so many people who outscale her and just outperform her. It's like there's no real reason to use Ahri because you really just want damage and kill. At least in my opinion in mid lane. So they're updating her to make her more, I guess, fit a certain fantasy of being more mobile, but let's see what they're doing. Ahri's unique identity as a highly mobile mage assassin has eroded over the years. Yeah, because a lot more people can do it now. And because Crown's in the game. Instead of being a flighty terror, which she's not, dashing across the teamfight, she's limited to a single attempt at exciting play with her R, then fishing with her E from safety for the rest of the fight. Very true. To address this, we're refreshing her passive to offer a partial ultimate reset upon takedowns, so a well-played Ahri can capitalize on favorable situation. I don't think that's true. I don't think you need to play Ahri well to get an assist, but whatever. We've also redistributed her abilities, mana cost, and early damage so each spell feels rewarding. We're slightly nerfing her burst damage and defensive stats. Let's see. These changes are unrelated to her upcoming ASU. I forgot she's getting an ASU. Anyway, she's a little squishier, which is fine. Her health is going down. Okay. Base health regen is halved. Oh my god. And the armor is down a lot. Damn, she could get assassinated by assassins. Okay, so the passive. Killing minions or monsters grants Ahri an essence fragment. So you actually have to last hit now, unlike before. So we'll see how good this is for unskilled players. After obtaining 9 essence fragments, Ahri consumes them to heal for a flat amount that kind of scales. When Ahri scores a takedown within 3 seconds of damage to them, she feasts upon their essence, healing for a lot more. Wow. Holy shit. So you're rewarded for killing minions, you just get a flat heal, and then for just, killing or assisting champions, aka takedowns, you get a bigger heal. Honestly, that's pretty good. I actually think this passive is a lot better than the other one if you can actually last hit. This is actually really nice. I like this. I like this a lot. It scales pretty well, too. And it's not dependent on the Q anymore, because before the biggest heal you could get was with the Q, and you'd have to hit the whole minion wave to do it. Now, it's just like a guaranteed easy thing. You won't get a lot, you won't get a little, you'll get the same amount each time, which is nice. I think maybe they might need to lower the minion requirement, though, because 9 seems a little bit much. Like, that's what, every 1.5 waves? Assuming there's no caddy? I mean, that should be fine later on. We don't want Ahri to be too healthy, right? Because she does have less defenses now, so maybe she needs the healing, but we'll see. I think this is actually fine. So the Q, damage per pass, is going... or has a higher scaling by 5%. That doesn't matter. Mana cost is going down by 5, but up later. Okay, whatever. Foxfire, the W. So the damage is going up a little bit. Actually, this is ×3 too, so... Updated missile logic and target last hitting logic. Okay. Okay. Bonus move speed duration 2 seconds. Flame duration. So it lasts a lot less, but it gives you more. And it does more damage and it costs less. Interesting. Interesting. I think the base damage going up is actually pretty good. It does 20 more damage early, which is no joke. Because you have to remember there's 3 of them. It's pretty interesting, honestly. That's pretty good. And then the charm. The charm's going up in damage, but it no longer enhances your damage. So where does she get most of the damage from now? The charm does do a little bit more, but not enough. And then Spirit Rush. So it lasts for 15 seconds. Consuming a champion essence with essence theft while Spirit Rush is active extends Spirit Rush recast duration by and up to 10 seconds and grants an additional cast. Damn! So you could hold these now. Honestly, I don't think Ahri is really that good after this. She's kind of near the same spot. Maybe she'll do a little bit more damage, but I don't think this helps too much aside from make Ahri more annoying to really fight against, which maybe helps her in that sense, but I mean, hey, she's not going to be exploding anyone. I don't think she's that good anymore either. Like, I still don't think she's that good. Ahri's kind of ass. Akshan! So Akshan released really weak. Then they overtuned him like hell, I think. That's what I've heard. I don't think he's overtuned, but... The invisibility, I think the res is really strong. And the invisibility is strong. And even though they say he scales the worst out of any AD, I feel like that's not really true. I feel like he still does decent. I think Akshan's in an okay spot, honestly. It's just you have to know how to really position and get the drop on people. But I actually don't think he's too bad now. I just wish they made his ult better. His ult is so fucking ass. But anyway, what are they doing? They're nerfing him. Akshan's been quite strong everywhere, especially in top lane. Excuse me. Oh my god, why top lane? So we're hitting his early passive power to make his harass on melee enemies a bit less dirty. So his move speed for canceling the shot is going down by a little bit. I feel like it gave you a lot, but I think it's... Is it decaying? I'm not sure. I think it is, but they're nerfing that a little bit, which doesn't really matter. And then the Vayne passive is getting halved, which kind of matters. But later it's getting better. So yeah, they're just hitting his early, but Akshan shouldn't be strong early either. Even though they say he scales the worst, it doesn't really matter. Akshan's pretty much the same. Amumu! What do I think of Amumu? I think we saw him go support for a little bit because of the double Q charge. And I haven't really seen him much since. I don't know why. Maybe people realize he's still not that good. Although the double Q charge did help him a lot, I feel like he still isn't that crazy. So what are they doing? Amumu has been too strong in average play ever since he got a ton of new items this season. I don't believe that to be true. And a low flat damage reduction is supposed to shine against champions like Zarya, which it does, because I literally saw a video of him only building cloth armor and chainmail, and Zarya could do no damage to him. Completely negating certain attacks or abilities is a bit much, especially for an always-on passive. So adjusting his E to match similar abilities. What does that mean? So his base armor is going down. His armor growth is going down. Tantrum, up to 100% instance. Capped at 50% per instance. So this basically makes it so Zarya can actually damage him. This is honestly probably just like... It should be counted as a bug fix, because the fact that that was allowed was insane. That Zarya actually can't damage him. That was so funny. And they actually addressed it here. That's so hilarious. But this realistically changes nothing except Zarya can damage him. Anyway, Brand. I think Brand is a menace in the bot lane. I think people who play Brand are really bad. Let me not say what I was going to say. They're really bad. They don't know what they're doing, but on the enemy team, they're like menaces. I think you could be a really good Brand if you're careful. Brand is meant to do damage and harass people. The people on my team don't seem to know that. But I think Brand is so fucking annoying, and he's obviously just a support. He's not a mid laner. He's pretty much a support, but he's basically a support mid laner. And I hate Brand, and he needs to be removed. So what are they doing? We're firing up a couple of quality of life changes that make Brand's passive a little bit more intuitive. What? How the fuck? We're also optimizing the bounces on his ult. I feel like they were optimized already, but let's see what they're doing. Mana refund upon killing an enemy now also occurs if Brand's ability last hits a target that was not already ablaze. Okay, so that's just quality. Yeah, this is literally quality of life. Pyreclaws and Fireball now prioritizes bouncing to nearby enemies before bouncing back to Brand at full range. Okay, so again, just quality of life. So Brand's slightly better. Cool. Caitlyn! What do I think of Caitlyn? I honestly, I always ban Caitlyn because she's a bitch to lane against, but I honestly think that they've been like kind of shadow buffing her a little bit, and if a pro player or a player who's really, really good at Caitlyn picks her, they can actually tear up the game. I have seen clips of Caitlyn's doing stuff with the traps that scares the shit out of me. Caitlyn's traps and her range make her so oppressive. If you know how to use the traps, I actually think Caitlyn's like semi-unplayable against, unless you can match her range with Jinx or something, or your support's a god, which is never the case. I actually think Caitlyn, in the hands of a skilled player, is insanely effective, and it's scary. But let's see what they think. Caitlyn is getting banned really often in pro play lately, likely because of her ability to shut down many popular late scaling champions. Yeah, because her laning is so insane. Instead of curtailing her early lane bullying strength, which is what people play Caitlyn mostly for, we're getting on the case by nerfing her wave control and scaling. So they're leaving her early but nerfing her late? I'm so confused. So her AD growth is going down, which means it's going from 62 to... or 126 to 119, which, okay, you're losing 6 AD, whatever. And then the Q is doing 50% against secondary enemies, so slightly less. This is so stupid. This changes really nothing. Corki. Okay, what do I think of Corki? I think Corki is like sleeper OP. I don't know what it is. I don't know when it happened, but this new Corki, well, I don't even know if it's new. This Corki build of like Luden's Echo, Mana Moon, and then God knows what else, it makes him hit like a truck. Like, his ulti scares the fucking shit out of me. If he gets the third rocket on me, I just get chunked to half because I'm an AD player. But, like, Corki actually does such stupid damage. And I'm so sad he's not, like, a bot laner. He's pretty much a mid laner. You can still play him bot, but, like, god damn, it is insane the damage he can dish out. It is crazy. They need to nerf it. Honestly, it needs to get nerfed. It is so insane. First package delayed and restock cooldown increased. Corki's been taking over pro play. We're making his lane a bit less safe and knowing his impact on the first Dragon and Rift Herald. Yeah, the package is actually insane. The package does so much damage. It should honestly be like an ulti level ability. It is so crazy why he has that. So they're nerfing it. So instead of getting it at 8 minutes, you get it at 10. That's a while to wait. And then you get it again every 5. Honestly, I think that's better. I think the package should be something you really should wait to play around. And you shouldn't get it up as often as you do. I feel like Corki can almost always have package for everything, or for every fight that he needs it. But this makes it so like you might not always have it every time there's like a dragon fight or something. So this is good. I actually like this change. It doesn't really help his late game or anything, but this is fine. LeBlanc. I hate LeBlanc. I fucking think LeBlanc's a bitch champion. She's a champion that's so safe and yet dishes out so much damage. The little caveat is like, oh yeah, you need to wait, but like I don't know. I feel like it's an easier Akali. LeBlanc is an easier, better Akali in my opinion. Slightly different, but they both go in, they're both annoying. Akali has to get more in the action and be more out there and, you know, kind of be in more of a dangerous spot. LeBlanc just like is so safe, it's insane. I hate LeBlanc so much. LeBlanc is so fucking good. Nerf LeBlanc. LeBlanc has been too strong for too long. That was terrible. Whoever wrote that should be slapped. Especially in pro, where she's been popular for a while now. We're tapping down her first max skill, which is W. So they're nerfing the W by 20 damage? Late? That's pretty good, I guess. I mean, they're going to chip away at her. I don't think this is going to be the only nerf we're going to see, but it's a step in the right direction, I think. The W is her, in my opinion, best ability. Safety, poke, dash, teleport, blink back. It is her best ability, hands down. I'm pretty sure this also nerfs the ulti, but maybe not. I don't know. reread that about LeBlanc. I'm not rereading that shit. That shit was like terrible. Okay, I'll reread it actually. LeBlanc has been too strong for too long. There you go. Anyway, LeBlanc is a little better to go against, but still needs more nerfs. Lilia. I think Lilia, and this is a hot take here, I don't think she's a good jungler. I think she's okay. I think there's better junglers out there, and she's highly abusable. And I think she's only really good like mid to late game when she really starts going with like her damage. Like Lilia playing Lilia is so weird because you have to play her as like a bob and weave sort of champion. You have to go in, poke, then get out. You can't just stay in the fight. You have to like constantly wish wash around it. I actually think top lane Lilia is better. I actually think that 100%. I've played top lane Lilia a couple times. I actually got her level 7 playing her top. And it was so crazy. Because, like, you heal from hitting enemy champions, so she has sustain in lane. She's actually a crazy, like, decent top laner. It is so weird. I actually like playing her more top than I do jungle. But I'm not going to try that shit in ranked because I'm not stupid. But I love Lilia. I love the whole idea of Dot, and I think Lilia needs to be buffed. I don't think she's good enough yet, and I really want her to be good. I want people to be scared of Lilia's Dot. The problem is it's Dot. Dot typically is over time, but Lilia's Dot in specifically takes way too long. So what are they doing? I think she deserves a buff. We're making Lilia's Lullaby last a little longer so she can follow up with her spells and help her teammates more consistently. So early, instead of 1.5, it's going to 2. I mean, it helps, but it doesn't really do anything. Lilia is basically the same. It's a little better, though, but basically the same. Nami. Oh, boy. What to say about Nami? I think Nami is one of the best supports. I think she's up there with Lulu, in my opinion. Her and Lulu do similar stuff, right? Nami can engage, Nami can disengage, Nami can buff the AD, Nami can heal. Nami can do so much similar to Lulu. It's just they do some stuff different. Like Nami can heal, Lulu can't. Lulu can hard like disengage a lot easier with the poly. Lulu can save people better. Nami can engage better with the move speed and the ulti. But overall, I think Nami's easier. I think it's hard to say because if you land the bubble on Nami, that's like the make or break between a good and bad Nami than the ulti. But it's, I think, a lot harder to play Lulu at a higher level than it is Nami. Nami, you really, and Lulu for the most part too, you just put the buff on the AD. Now, granted, you could play Nami with a lot more ADs than you can Lulu, I think, because Lulu obviously has the Kog'Maw combo. But I think overall, Nami's like the easier Lulu, in my opinion. You don't have to keep track of as much. Like with Lulu's abilities, you could use it on the ally or the enemy with picks. Nami, it's kind of not the case. I think Nami's easier Lulu, but still like insanely good. And one of the best, if not the best, caster support. So what do we see? Passive, she has to get nerfed. There's no way she's not getting nerfed. I'm sad about it, but she's going to get nerfed. Passive initial bonus move speed increased and now decays over duration. E on hit base damage reduced. It's high tide for Nami adjustments. This should make move speed boost on her passive much more noticeable. That's actually the thing. Her passive, it is good. Once I read it, right? Like once I played Nami, whenever the fuck I did that, I read her passive and I was like, I can't believe it actually gives this much move speed. It does not feel like that. And like a good Nami player notices it because they'll Q you when you're like going back to lane, or they'll ult and they'll try and hit you with the ult as well as the enemy to give you the move speed. It's actually not a negligible part. It's just not noticeable, and I don't know why, but they're fixing that now. I always like thought like, wow, Nami's the amount of move speed it gives you, which I think is 50%. It's an insane amount, but you just never notice it. So they're fixing that. What else are they doing? So you can stop taking your enchanter supports for granted. Just kidding, maybe. She's already pretty strong, so we're balancing her out, slightly buff with a small nerf to her E. Her E is one of the big issues. Because the E automatically procs, what's it called? Mandate. And Mandate on her is just like the best item. It's hands down broken on Nami. Hands down. So they're kind of nerfing what procs it, which is fine. I still think the interaction should be there, though, that it should proc itself just by the AD autoing with the bubbles, but it's actually an insane interaction. Anyway, the bonus move speed, oh, it's 45. Okay, so it's 45 and it scales, and it wasn't decaying, but now it's 90 and it scales, but it decays over 1.5 seconds. So you get a bigger initial burst, but it goes down. Honestly, I think this is better. I think this is honestly way better. 90 compared to 45, and it scales. It's insane. And then the E is going down by 5 damage, and that's fine. That's honestly, it doesn't matter. They could nerf the damage a little bit more just because she always gets Mandate. It's like, you need to factor in Mandate with this character. You just need to. But pretty good. I actually agree with these changes. These are nice changes. One of the few nice changes we've seen so far. Quinn. This champion is trash. I've never seen her. I don't want to see her. She used to be an AD and was kind of interesting because she had Valor as, like, you know, the switch. Like, you used to play as Valor. Not many players know that except the Quinn mains. Used to be able to play as her fucking bird. And now she's just like a boring move speed AD. If you want to play a move speed AD, play fucking Sivir, not stupid Quinn. Quinn needs to be like reworked or something. Quinn is so stupid. So what are they doing? W passive attack speed bonus increased early. R damage ratio increased. Although Quinn is technically flying fine, her impact has descended. Yeah, because she doesn't fucking do anything special. She just does damage and is fast. Who cares? She's still an AD. Like, she still dies like nothing. So they're buffing her to kind of make her more played, I guess, because they do have some skins on her. So what are they doing? W, bonus attack speed. That's actually going up a decent amount early, but not too much. And then our Sky Strike is going from 40% AD to 70%. That is actually a ginormous buff. That damage buff is, like, insanely high. You will actually feel her ult chunking now. That is insane. That's almost a double damage buff. Almost. Nearly. That is insane. Quinn's ult is now, like, crazy good. I'm actually a little scared we might actually see Quinn now. Her laning with the W is just better in general, a little bit, but the ulti is like, wow. Wow. I like how they're focusing in on that, though. Like, the thing that makes Quinn special is her ult. Unless they bring fucking Valor back. It is mainly her ult. So it's like, I want to see more stuff with Valor or anything having to do with Valor, which, again, in this case is her ult. So, good change. Pretty good. Scary, but pretty good. So, Senna. Okay. How do I say this? Senna sucks. Senna straight up sucks. She's not a good AD. She's a terrible support. And all you can really play her as is support. And her supporting is so bad. Every Senna I've had has fed. I don't think, unless I've blocked it from my mind somehow, I've had a Senna support over all the games I've played because I'm grinding tokens now, so I'm playing a lot. And I've gotten a lot of Senna supports. They all suck. They all fucking suck. Senna's useless. Don't play Senna. This champion needs to either be an AD or be nothing. She's so bad. She's so bad. It's terrible. They always feed. She's an AD who, like, is incentivized to poke, but by poking early, you just get assed in the mouth. It is ridiculous how bad she is. So, let's see what they're gonna do. They need to, like, I don't know. Like, she's so bad, I don't even know what you could do. Excuse me. I don't think buffing her would help, because if she's buffed, she's too good. But then if she's nerfed, she's garbage. Which I already think she's garbage, so maybe we'll see a buff. Although I don't want them to, but let's see. The buff to Senna's Q last patch did make her support stronger as intended, but it also overwhelmingly increased her ADC win rate. Yeah, my ass. Our goal isn't to make ADC Senna weak. Yeah, it is. But instead to bring her two roles closer together in strength. My fucking cock. Before you grab a calculator, this rounds out to approximately 1 soul for every 6 minion waves. Minions and lesser monsters that Senna kills have a 2.7% chance to spawn a Mist Wraith. So again, it's better to go support than AD. But support sucks. Senna just sucks in general. Don't go Senna. She's so bad. Only I can go Senna, because I know how to play her. But even then, she's not good. Senna's not fucking good. And the stupid ruined fucking event is over. Stop with the Senna. Stop. Okay, TF. I don't like the perversions that TF has gone through. TF has basically gone through a perversion of, I'm gonna build, and I don't know if this is correct, because I barely see TF anymore, which says something. I'm gonna build hybrid tank and rapid fire cannon just to be a setup person. Like, it's so disgusting that TF builds rapid fire. It really is. It's honestly fucking nasty that he doesn't build full damage. They need to increase his ratios to incentivize him building damage. I don't think they like rapid fire TF, and neither do I. Like, it needs to stop. It needs to be stupid. Q damage ratio increased, thank God. Base damage decreased late. What the fuck? E bonus attack speed decreased early. Okay. Twisted Fate seems to always have the right cards in pro play with his global power and consistent CC. Well, yeah, that's why people build Rapid Fire on him. We're cutting into his abilities base stats so he has to buy more AP items to dish out big damage. Let's go. Let's go. They're doing exactly what I said. So Q. Q's base damage is going down by 20 late, and its scaling is going up by 5%. This does realistically nothing. And then the E attack speed is getting halved for some reason, as if that was any sort of an issue. This change makes no fucking sense. This is ass. Oh boy. Oh god. Okay, here we go with Zarya. So, now that we've had a patch to really experience Zarya, I've played a lot of Zarya, and I mean a lot. And I have some opinions on her. I think she's fun. I think she's decent. I think her crit build does damage, as any crit build really should. You could build crit on anyone and it'll do like decent damage. But for Zarya specifically, I actually think the Triforce into Runins, into Titanic, into Black Cleaver, into Wit's End, and then Boots obviously, is probably her best build just because it makes her survive. It gives her a lot of utility. And the main thing is you could keep stacking your ulti and not just like get popped by something randomly. Having survivability on this champion I think is way better than any other champion, because the longer the fight goes on, the more slippery and hard to get you are, which means you could just consistently deal out more damage. Yeah, she's not going to deal as much damage as other ADs, but for other ADs, it's a lot more risky to do what she tries to do. For other ADs, you try and be a glass cannon. Yeah, you try and like wipe the team, but when the 08 Maokai can fucking, you know, eat your whole ass, there's not much you could do, unless you're Vayne. So, Zarya building like this tanky sort of hybrid build, yeah, she doesn't do as much like DPS as a regular AD, but she survives longer to eventually just win the fight because she has so much range with lethal and her Q, and she's so fast that you can't really catch her, and she can just like really clean up a team fight if she's allowed to stack. Like, I honestly think that's the optimal build path, and it's the most meta because it just works the best with her kit. She has a really fun kit, and she's really cool, super unique. I like it. I just don't know what Riot thinks of it. I like it. I think it could be better. I think there's a lot of stuff they could improve on Zarya, but we're going to have to see what they think. I honestly think she could use a little bit of a buff, though. Hopefully with her crit builds or something. Maybe the ulti utility should give more move speed or something, but we'll see. They might be apprehensive to touch her first round, or first patch. Let's see. Base move speed reduced. What the fuck? Fully charged basic attack damage decreased. What the fuck? Our chain lightning damage decreased and can now critically strike. Okay, so you're incentivized to build crit that way. Zarya's Trinity Force build has ended up being much stronger than expected. Yeah, because it lets you survive. Skyrocketing her win rate once players swapped over from crit. Yeah, she's not an AD, basically. She doesn't build crit. We're targeting these nerfs to ideally hit her Triforce build more than her crit ones, but because there's some overlap, we're compensating the latter with a bit more zap on her ult. So her move speed is getting reduced by 5, which kind of sucks. Her basic attack with a full charge now does a lot less later, which honestly I think it's okay, because the fact that you get it up based on move speed and attacking, and later on you're moving a lot more and attacking a lot more, you get the auto a lot faster, and it's just, I don't know. I could see an argument for it going from 20 to 15. I can honestly see it. 15 is still pretty good. You should always ideally weave in the auto, and that's really to help her fight like tanks, and I think it's honestly fine. I think it's fine. So her R, Lightning Crash. So the chain damage is going from 10, 20, 30 to 10, 15, 20, but it can now crit. Honestly, I guess that's okay. I don't know. This is weird. I think she's pretty much the same, though. I don't really know how this targets her Triforce builds, aside from her Chain Lightning won't, you know, really wrap around people and do as much damage. But that was never really the issue. The main thing you always want is to live as long as you can, gain as much move speed, and just auto them to death and chip away at them. I honestly think the Triforce build is still going to be the best build. Like, I just think it's still the best. I don't really think this changed anything. So Zarya's basically the same. Slightly less damage, but basically the same. Items. We're making changes to fighter systems to reestablish the difference between nimbler, more fragile fighters like Fiora, because Fiora should not be tanky, and less agile but beefier picks like Darius, who are pretty much like tanks. Previously, most items were accessible to most fighters thanks to the built-in health. Okay, so what are they doing? Mythic fighter items. For fighter mythics, we're shifting a couple of items from high health all-in-one purchase into a more unique offensive option. Not all fighters should be tanky and durable, and those who should be like juggernauts can lean on specific legendaries for that. Trinity Force is the exception here. We're bumping up its health to make it match the other options. Cool. So what are they doing? Divine Sunderer is changing its build path to Caulfield's. Okay. So it's giving less health, more damage. So I guess it's more for killing. Divine Sunderer is more for kill. Gore Drinker. So Gore Drinker is changing its build path. It's getting a lot less health, more damage. So again, this is more for kill. Cool. Trinity is getting more health, and now it's getting less damage. What the fuck? It also applies to Infinity Force. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's Orange Masterwork. So I guess Trinity is kind of more tanky. It sounds like they honestly just like nerfed the tank item or the health items. They just gave them less health, more damage because they don't want people to be as tanky, which hurts the juggernauts too. But whatever. Let's see the legendary item changes. Approach to fighter legendaries are similar. Shift health into AD across select items. That's how priorities to move Sterix Gauge out of being a go-to default option for all fighters yet, because it was really fucking good. It gave you the best of both worlds. It gave you damage and health. Like, why would you not want that as a fighter? Lighter fighters should now be more intrigued by this rework. Okay, let me see what they're doing. So Death's Dance is going up, and now it is storing of all types of post-mitigation damage received, which is successfully taken as true damage over 3 seconds, now applies to damage on shields. Wait, what's the difference? Oh, it just takes less damage now. Okay, that's fine. And then heal for unspecified AD if a champion dies in 3 seconds. So you actually are incentivized to take this if you build damage. You heal more if you build damage. So that's cool. So this is for damage dealing people, which is fine. Sterix. So it gives no AD anymore. Gain 40% of your base AD as bonus AD. Okay. After dinner, you're taking damage. Heal for a portion of it. So that's out. If you take damage, that will reduce your health below. Gain a shield equal to 70% of your bonus health. So this is mainly a tank item now. This is mainly a tank item. You're incentivized to do this if you have health, which is fine. Maw is getting more damage. And a shield that doesn't really scale off health. So it's more damage oriented, I guess. Blade, which I think is kind of underused by almost everyone. Basic attacks deal 12% melee, 8% for range. Hey, nice, it's getting buffed. Good job, Viego. Of the target's current health as physical damage, all else unchanged. Okay, so slight buff to Blade, that's fine. Black Cleaver's going down in health, sucks for Zeri. The attack damage is going up, Billy Haste is going up. So better for top laners, worse for Zeri. Ravenous Hydra is going up, so it's more damage oriented. Hearthbound Axe, I don't care. Hexdrink, I don't care. Turbo Chem Tank. This item has been fucked with so many times. I'm not even going to read this. Let's see what they're doing. I think maybe they don't like that Akali's going it, because I know Tank Akali's kind of crazy right now. So, Refuel. Gain 5 stacks per instance of damage taken from champions, the largest monsters, and 1 stack for every 25 units traveled. So they want to make it so you proc it later on. That's not as quick to proc. Okay, that's fine. 100 stacks your next basic attack deals magic damage to all nearby enemies. Increased by 30% against minions and 200% against monsters. So it takes longer to do, but does slightly more damage. That's fine. Who cares? Bug fixes and quality of life. Hextech gates. I don't care. Everything else doesn't matter. Vel'Koz got a nice VFX update. Cool. And then we have the skins. So I actually make it a point not to really look at the skins anymore and their effects, because I assume the effects are going to be good anyway. If I see them, I see them. If I don't, I don't. I haven't seen any effects with any of these skins. So I'll just say what I think about the people getting them. Akshan could get a skin. It's fine for him getting a skin. I think this is his first non-release skin, so that's fine. And it's a good skin too. I think Akshan is a very suave man. Very, very cool. Looks like he's going to a wedding, basically. Crystal Rose Janna. Janna did not deserve this. I don't know why she got it. It's probably going to look nice, but I don't like Janna. Withered Rose Elise. Super sexy, super hot, really good looking, but Elise is bad. but it's probably going to be a great skin. So the Elise and Akshan picks, I think, are okay. Jenna, I don't know. I don't know about that one. But overall, that's the patch. I would say we probably had maybe like 2, 3 good changes in here. And then the Ahri rework. Until we get real good AD changes, and they kind of, what did they do? They nerfed Caitlyn, which I guess is good. I'll give it like a... this is tough. I'll give it a 6.5. Most of these patches suck ass anyway. I'll give it a 6.5. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to go make a reaction video about the new support and seeing what she does. So, I'm not going to stream that, unfortunately. I'm going to make that, excuse me, a YouTube video. So, go to my YouTube and watch that if you're interested. But anyway, 6.5 out of 10 Mark Merrills. I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone has a great night. I'm out of here. I might play some League later. I don't know. I'm out of here.